All right, we are live. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another testing here at Erolin 3D Martial Arts. Tonight we have Evon Kurtz testing here for her green belt. We're very excited for that. And of course, all of our testings here have been individual during this COVID season. Hopefully you and your loved ones are healthy and well. Just very hopeful for that. And hopefully you guys are going to have a wonderful, grateful, and thankful holiday season and Thanksgiving, of course. So anyhow, with that, of course, Evon, like I mentioned, is testing for her green belt. And so with that, Evon, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Fantastic. Awesome. So go ahead and stand in attention, and then face Bill, and face our flag, and bow. All right, and face front, and with a Kia. Yeah. All right, go ahead and stand in your ready stance. So how this will go is, of course, I will read off every technique. Evon has a series of techniques that she needs to demonstrate, and I will read off each one and twice. And so just, of course, like always, just do your very best. Take your time, right? Focus, right? We're not trying to compete against anybody. You're just competing against your purple belt self, right? And showing us what a green belt self would be, okay? All right, so go ahead and go to your fighting stance, please.
Yeah.
All right. Now, downward hammer fist, front arm to back arm. You're going to do your downward hammer fist, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
All right. Now, go to your, now stay there. Palm heel strike, front hand to backhand. Palm heel strike, front hand to backhand. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Knife hand strikes, front hand to backhand. Knife hand strike, front hand to backhand. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Ridge hand strikes, front hand to backhand. Ridge hand strike, front hand to backhand. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Sweeping elbow strikes, front arm to back arm. Sweeping elbow strike, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Upward elbow strike, front arm to back arm. Upward elbow strike, front arm to back arm. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Downward elbow strikes, front arm to back arm. Downward elbow strikes, front arm to back arm. Ready?
Yeah.
And 2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
There we go. Go to your ready stance, please. Low rear hammer fist. Low rear hammer fist. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Rear elbow strike. Mid rear elbow strike. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
High rear elbow strike. High rear elbow strike. Ready? 1. And 2.
Yeah.
Low rear hammer fist to mid rear elbow strike. Combo them. Low rear hammer, mid rear elbow. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2. And 3. Very cool. Go to your fighting stance. All right, we'll move to kicks next. And take one small step back, please. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Kicks. So inside crescent kick with your back leg. Inside crescent kick with your back leg. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
Ready? 2.
Yeah.
And 3. Okay. Outside crescent kick with your back leg. Outside crescent kick. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And 3.
Yeah.
Inside crescent kick with your front leg. Inside crescent kick with your front leg. Ready? 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Outside crescent kick with your front leg. Outside crescent, front leg. Ready? 1, 2. Skip side kick. Skip side kick. Ready? 1, 2. Skip front kick. Skip front kick. 1, 2. Lastly, take one step back. Spinning side kick. Spinning side kick. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Go to your ready stance. Awesome. All right. If you need it, you may go ahead and get a drink of water. Good job. Very cool. And apparently you don't need it. All right. Moving on to combinations. Go to your fighting stance. All right. With your combinations, I'm going to repeat each one twice. You have 18 combinations, 19 to 22, depending how you look at it with regard to when we add in your footwork. So here we go. First things first, I would like to see you demonstrate the step in to shuffle back. Step in to shuffle back. Ready? Go. Again, go. Side step, just side step. Ready? Go. Okay. Back. Okay. And go. Now show me from there, show me a back step. Ready? Go. Okay. Back step. Ready? Go. Okay. And one more time. Go. There we go. Step in, shuffle back, side step to shuffle back. Excuse me. Let me start over. Step in, shuffle back, side step to back step. All 4 of them. Ready? Go. Okay. Side step, step in, shuffle back. Side step, step in, shuffle back. Ready? Go. Okay, good. And then return back. Lastly, step in, side step, step in. Step in, side step, step in. Ready? Go. All right, cool. Step back. Here we go. Combination techniques. High block. Palm heel strike with your backhand. Downward hammer fist to knee strike. High block. Palm heel strike. Downward hammer, knee strike. Ready? 1, 2. Again, ready? Go. Shuffle back. Low block. Reverse punch. Jab. Front kick with your front leg. Shuffle back. Low block. Reverse punch. Jab. Front kick with your front leg. Ready? 1. Okay, make sure you get that low block in. Ready? Go. Side step. Side step. Low block. Reverse punch. Jab. Outside crescent kick with the front leg. Reverse punch. Ready? Go. Repeat, you bet. Side step, low block, reverse punch, jab, outside crescent kick with the front leg, reverse punch. Ready? Go. Ready? Go. Make sure it's an outside crescent with the front leg. Ready? Go. Front leg. One more time. Ready? Go. Side step, outside block, palm heel strikes, backhand to front hand, the sweeping elbow strike. Side step, outside block, palm heel strike with your backhand to front hand, and then sweeping elbow strike. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Inside block, back fist, reverse punch, roundhouse kick with your front leg. Inside block, back fist, reverse punch, roundhouse kick with your front leg. Ready? 1, 2, jab, reverse, jab, knife hand strike with your backhand. Jab, reverse, jab, knife hand strike with your backhand. Ready? 1, 2, one more time, and 3. Step in, jab, reverse punch, drop back, reverse punch, roundhouse kick with your back leg. Step in, jab, reverse punch, drop back, reverse punch, roundhouse kick with your back leg. Ready? 1. Okay, again, it's step in, jab, reverse punch, drop back, reverse punch, roundhouse kick with your back leg. Ready? 1. And 2. One more time, and 3. Step in, jab, reverse punch, side step, side kick, high block, reverse punch. Step in, jab, reverse punch, side step, side kick, high block, reverse punch. Ready? 1. Two. And 3. Skip front kick, jab, reverse punch to defensive side kick. Skip front kick, jab, reverse punch, defensive side kick. Ready? 1. Ready? 2. Okay. Skip front kick, jab, reverse punch, defensive side kick. Okay. Ready? 1. Again. Ready? 2. And 3. Skip roundhouse kick. Here, combination number 11. 11 of 18. Skip roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. Low block, skip side kick, back fist. Skip roundhouse kick, back fist, reverse punch. Low block, skip side kick, back fist. Ready? 1. There we go. Ready? Go! One more time. Ready? Go! In your ready stance. Low rear hammer fist, mid rear elbow strike. Step around, palm heel strike to knife hand strike. Excuse me, not knife hand, knee strike.
Thank you.
Yes, sorry. Low rear hammer fist, mid rear elbow strike. Step around, palm heel to knee. Ready? 1. Ready? 2. and 3. Fighting stance. Low block, press kick, palm heel strike with your front hand, ridge hand strike with the back. Low block, press kick, palm heel strike with the front hand, ridge hand strike with the back. Ready? 1, 2,
Low block. Got it. All right.
ready? Okay. And go. Number 14 of 18. Jab, reverse punch, ridge hand strike with your front hand, sweeping elbow strike with your back. Jab, reverse punch, ridge hand strike with your front hand, sweeping elbow with your back. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Outside block, palm heel strike, upward elbow strike with your front arm to knee strike. Outside block, palm heel strike, upward elbow strike with your front arm to knee strike. Ready? 1, 2,
Got it now.
and 3. (16 of 18). Inside crescent kick with your back leg, stepping forward to side kick with the front leg. Inside crescent kick to side kick. Make sure inside crescent kick, stepping forward to side kick. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Outside crescent kick with your back leg, stepping forward to front kick with your back leg. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Lastly, skip side kick to spinning side kick. Combination number 18 of 18. Skip side kick, spinning side kick. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Ready, stance? All right, you may go ahead and get a drink of water. Good job. Very cool. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and move to the forms section. We'll go forms and then we'll do the wrist grabs and escapes. Okay, so starting off with forms. Okay, let me get back to my list here. All right, with forms, you have basic form 1, basic form 2, young champions 1, 3D1, and Taegu Ijong. So you choose the order in which you do your forms.
Basic form 1.
Basic form 1, you may begin when ready. you go. Very cool. And then, of course, being that you're the only one doing your forms, at any time, you can, of course, once you finish, get a drink of water, take a quick break, and then let us know what your next form is.
Basic form 2.
You may begin when ready. Okay, there you go. Cool.
A little break.
Okay, sounds good. Break it is.
Not bad for an old bro. It's come a long ways, thank you.
My pleasure.
It's changed her quite a bit,
That's good. Good.
in a good way.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be a good one.
In a really good way.
Okay.
All right.
Ready for Young Champions?
Young Champions 1.
Can I start over?
You may.
Thank you,
Yes,
Sensei.
ma'am.
Okay. My brain is.
There you go. I would assume 3-1. Sounds good. Good. Tegu Ijong is your final form. There you go. Nice job, Evon. Very cool. Get that much deserved drink of water. Take a little quick break. All right. This time, please, Bill. So you guys are you said you can do the basic escapes with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and do those basic escapes 1 through 7. Monsieur Cameron. All right. So stand attention, please face each other and bow. Wonderful. Fantastic. Okay, so first wrist grab, first basic escape number 1 would be an outside wrist grab. So go ahead and grab the outside wrist. Of course, each one, well, do it twice. First one slow, the second one still slow, but a little more with the DNA, right? Go ahead, obviously protect your partner, right? So you may begin. Number 2, grabbing both wrists.
Waiting for you.
No, you may begin.
I'm not gonna bend over.
Number 3, both hands on the shoulders. Go for it. Do that one again. Number 4, chin your back. You're going to put both hands on the shoulders. Cool. Okay. Number 5. Number 5 is a wrist grab. Another wrist grab.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Number 6 is that bear hug. Make sure you look where you're kicking.
Yeah.
Again. There we go. Cool. And then number 7, grabbing the sleeve.
All right.
Again. Okay, cool. Awesome. Stand attention, face each other, please, and bow. Thank you, Mr. Cameron. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Now for the rough stuff, right? Okay. Outside wrist grab defenses. 1 minute to demonstrate. Outside wrist grab defenses, each one twice. First one slow, second one more DNA. Sound good?
Yes,
Go. First one slow, second one DNA. Easy on that one.
okay.
That was good.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay.
Do it again. Good. All right. Inside wrist grab. Ready? Inside.
And down. All right.
Good. Very good.
Hard to think of those.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Defense from a reverse punch. I'm going to execute a punch to your face. Okay. 1 minute.
Oh, this one, that one. Boom. This one, oh, sorry. This one, that one. All right.
Over.
Okay.
Finish up. One more time. And attention. Ready to get a drink of water? Ow!
You okay, Sensei?
I'm totally good. I'm totally good.
Oh,
man. Holy smokes. All right. All right, let's take a quick 2-minute break. Go ahead and get a drink of water.
Thank you.
Relax. We're going to move to board break in a moment.
Can I do a reverse knife hand? Or regular?
No.
No. Regular.
Knife hands right here. Awesome. How are you feeling? You ready to continue? Don't even need the break, right? Perfect. Guess that break was really more so for me than anything. All right, you have 2 strikes, knife hand strike, as well as the palm heel strike. Which would you like to do first?
Palm.
Palm heel, sounds good. All right, so real quick before we hit the board. Very cool. Awesome, nice. You're here in your fighting stance. Go ahead. One more time. There we go. Cool. All right. You have a 1-inch board right here that you're going to go ahead and break, right? Make sure you key up first.
Hand first. Like a second first or?
Yeah, like, yeah, boom. There you go. Very nice. Good job. Very cool. Knife hand strike. Right hand or left hand?
Right is one.
Sounds good. All right. Fingers tight. Time. Make sure that the blade of your hand hits the center of the board. You're not swinging and hitting your fingers. Obviously, not as thick of a board as a 3/4 of an inch, but still, if you hit with your fingers, you're gonna feel that sting.
Okay.
So make sure it's with the strong part of the blade of your hand. You adjust the level however you see fit. Clean break is what we call that. Very cool. Very cool.
Don't mess with me.
You're gonna hit the wave master here for a one-on-one simulated match before you do this continuous sparring endurance exercise. So yeah, you get look on.
Upper body or both body?
Upper and lower. So yeah, kicks and punches. You don't, I mean, if you want to put on your side, you may, you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay. But
Never mind.
all right. Okay. So in this particular segment, I'm gonna have you be moving around, hitting the bag, and showing us your one-on-one sparring combos over the next 90 seconds. Sound good?
That's
All right. Make sure you're using the whole ring, so to speak, the whole mat, moving around and not just sticking on one section. All right, ready and go. Halfway there. Okay, 30 seconds left. You're opening up right there. That's right. 5 seconds. And stop. All right. So then now this next section here, I'm going to pull out another Wave Master. And you're going to show me a 2-on-1 routine. Now you'll only do this for 30 seconds, so it's not very long. Sorry, excuse me, 60 seconds, so not very long. Okay. All right, 2-on-1, 60 seconds. Ready, go. Ten seconds left. And stop. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Go ahead and get a drink of water, put away the gloves. You good? Want me to turn on the fan now, or you're okay? Still good?
Still good.
Still good. Fantastic. The last thing, the last part of the physical portion of your test will be this continuous sparring endurance simulation. Being that, of course, right now with COVID, or at this testing, normally you would be doing a 2-on-1 sparring match where, you know, obviously people are hitting back. We're not able to do that, so you're going to do this endurance simulation where it's going to be 2 3-minute rounds where you're going to execute the following circuit within those 3 minutes, the following circuit exercise. So let me just go ahead and read it off for anybody that is currently watching right now or will be watching in the future. That would be 60 jumping jacks, 10 knee strikes, 10 roundhouse kicks total, 10 side kicks, 15 push-ups, 15 V-ups, 20 shoulder taps, 10 squat front kicks, and 10 step-in jab reverse punches. Step-in jab reverse shuffle back. So you have 3 minutes to complete that routine. Are you ready?
Yes, I have one question.
Go for it.
Shoulder taps, is it each left and
Each tap is a number. Each tap is a number. That's why it's a total of 20, which would be 10 on each side. Okay. So with that being said, take that deep breath in. You have 3 minutes, and I will help. I will call it out. So I will let you know. But everything everything is going to be 10, except for push-ups and V-ups and jumping jacks and shoulder taps. Okay. So jumping jacks, 60, ready, go. $30. $50. 58, 59, 60, 10 knee strikes. 10 roundhouse kicks. 10 side kicks. Look where you're kicking. 15 push-ups. 15 V-ups. 20 shoulder taps. Squat front kicks, 10.
You got this, Evon.
what do you say?
You got it.
I'm not there yet.
Come on. Step in front kick, step in jab reverse. Come on, you gotta go. Stop. Okay. Good job. Very nice. Okay. Go ahead and get a drink of water. Break.
Remember to pace yourself, Evon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth.
I can breathe my lungs. Just a little round to recover. Almost there. Heart rate get down.
I'm recovering. That's really hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a second round after
All right.
this.
How you feeling?
Almost there. My heart rate's still up.
All right. Go ahead and have a seat. No, we don't need to do a second round. I saw what I needed to see. So that part will conclude the physical portion. So then now it's just the final portion, which is our oral testing. Okay. Talking about your essay topic of limitations, and of course, which, my goodness, a very thorough essay. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was cool because it's like I felt like I was reading chapters. With how you you just wrote it. Like I talked about this topic of limitations, and then there's just like different stages to your essay. And I thought that was great. It was cool to watch. But and obviously I'm not going to have you read the whole essay because it's 5 pages. So yeah. So why don't you go ahead and summarize a little bit? Just talk about. Just summarize your essay. Basically talk about limitations. Why do you feel like I gave you that topic? Talk about highlight parts in your essay as well, and just go for it. Roll with it.
All right. Yes, it's a perfect topic, limitations, because I am so hard on myself, comparing myself to younger practitioners, and beating myself up because I can't get that kick high enough, or strong enough, or snappy enough, and getting frustrated with stretching, trying to get those stretches. I can't just drop to the floor and stretch very easily. So it takes about 20 minutes to warm up. So I thought I was doing pretty good in my earlier belt levels, and then I found that purple belt, I couldn't rely on my athletic talent anymore. So I had to push harder, memorize more, and I thought I was invincible because I've always been an overachiever. So when you ask me about limitations, I had never, to write an essay on limitations, I've never thought about it deeply. And it's amazing when you have to dive into, really self-reflect on your limitations and how they apply. It's hard for me to remember my essay, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
I've been inspired, an athlete all my life, and I was inspired by Team Never Quit, Marcus Luttrell, and he kept me going. And I'd watch his video, and he spoke about limitations and what it took to overcome those limitations as an aged athlete. And that was perfect for me because I could reflect and listen to his video and how he was gotten to that mindset to push through those limitations and push his body. His mind was stronger, and he carried his body through it. So it was just pretty amazing. And the positive self-talk, positive input, and how, as we get older, things are tougher.
Mm-hmm. So going back to you talking about how just this journey right here, it's been a little bit more of a greater struggle, right? Is that something that ultimately inspires you, deters you, and demotivates you, or does it inspire and ultimately motivate you?
It does all of it up. And it inspires me because I compare myself to other people my age. It does inspire me. I do get disappointed sometimes with pains and injuries and trying to push through them in class and hoping that I can get through it. On several occasions that's happened. And I didn't give up, pushed through it. My body was able to do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, all right, Senpai Jacob, at this moment, you can feel free to just chime in on a few things that Evon did well, areas maybe of improvement, and then feel free to also ask a question for her. So the floor is yours, good sir.
Hey, Yvonne. Wow. This test, I believe, is one of your best tests I've seen you do. I've seen much improvement, especially on your forms. Um, your sparring was looking good. Again, much improvement there. You're not curling up, you're more expanding, you're getting more loose. Some things to work on, I think, is pretty much your roundhouse kick. Um, at times, it's looking more like a front kick. So when you do your roundhouse kick, make sure you are turned sideways so you can get that extension and kick with the top portion of your foot. I noticed during your sparring, your hands open up, exposing your chest and your vital areas. So remember to keep your hands up and keep that guard up at all times. But other than that, your self-defense, escape maneuvers, all great. One more note on the sparring: make sure you be more on the balls of your foot, so you're more mobile, so you're less flat-footed. All right. My question for you is: obviously the endurance part of the test is probably one of the hardest because you've already done an entire hour of testing. So I want to know what was going through your head towards the end of that endurance part of the test.
It's hard to.
So exactly. We were hearing some additional. So his question was obviously with his question is based on endurance and the fact that, okay, you've already been doing the testing for an hour and then you're going through the endurance portion of the test with sparring on the Wave Masters, and then of course that exercise as well. So what was going through your head, and how did you coach yourself through that?
I knew I could do the endurance. I wasn't worried until I got to the VFs. And then I was just thinking I could do this, I can push through it because I practiced at home and I was able to do 2 sets within 6 minutes. And I was like, I can do this. So that's what I was telling myself, you can get it, you can get it. And it helped a lot. And Sensei and he said, come on. So. Yeah.
Wonderful. Awesome. Okay. So, first off, yeah. My takeaways, my points. Your forms, great job, sharp. I could see that you were striking in them. You were definitely visualizing your attacker. And I love forms. I think it's great because it's a way for you to practice your martial arts by yourself. There are some haters online and whatnot that says, forms is irrelevant, forms is useless and whatnot. And I always think, it's probably coming from the young guns that don't understand the value of forms. Because especially as you get older, which you wrote in your essay, that is inevitable. We all are going to start hearing some snap crackles and some pops, and so it'll be cool that in your later years, and in your later years, right? Then you won't be sparring or maybe necessarily going toe to toe with somebody anymore in the ring, but you can still execute your forms and your practice and whatnot, and the best thing about that is you're not getting hurt over, right? Martial arts therefore changes to not necessarily something you learn or work on to get strong or defend yourself, but it becomes just a way to release tension and free your mind and uplift your own spirits, and so I don't really remember exactly where I was going with that just now, or how a question, but I don't know. What maybe hopefully something that I had just shared right there maybe just helped you and inspired you, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. I think if anything, just understanding that even though you had talked about, okay, you're one of our older students. In my opinion, you're not an old student, and I think it's very important for all of us adults to remember that. Unless you're 70, 80 years old practicing martial arts, in my opinion, you're not an old martial artist. And so talk about comparison. Why don't you talk about comparison and how that, because you often you do multiple classes, you see some of the quote unquote younger guns do things, and maybe they just do it so easily, so naturally, and you're inspired by it. But of course, there's that fine line where you can be inspired, but then also intimidated by it. You could be inspired, but then also you can be motivated, but then also demotivated by it.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about comparison in that regard and how you have battled through that so far.
Comparing myself to other younger students, they're much more balanced. They're able to get those spin kicks, and I did get just discouraged in having not the ability to perform that spin kick without touching the ground to reassure the balance. And I did get intimidated last class on Wednesday. It's the first time I've ever been intimidated because of those kicks I was getting from Russ's daughter, Lainey.
Yeah.
They were pretty strong, and during sparring, it was easier for me because I could take her side kick and then come at her, and using intimidation in the mindset. Whereas in class, I was holding that shield and she was kicking and I was flying 5 feet behind, and that was intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, what if I was sparring her? Would I still be able to take that side kick?
Sure.
Going?
Sure.
And I'd have to work smarter in avoiding that sparring. So comparing myself to her, I started, as we were in class, getting discouraged, and I thought, hey, Evon, back off, and remember the essay.
Right.
All the thoughts, coming up the essay, digging deep for it, like touching all these different thoughts that one would go through, having not the ability to excel in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I did, essay helped, I did step back and I go, it's okay, she's younger.
Right. Right.
She's talented. She's got all that soccer background.
Right. Exactly.
I can take it.
Right.
And then also at one point I learned, had an aha moment about measuring the kicks. Even though we're using the shields, we don't have to kick us to put the person through the wall. We can kick to protect it, and vice versa, holding it and not kicking hard. There's with advanced learning and your advanced levels of martial arts, I'm learning that there's so much more to it, and this is just the beginning.
Wonderful.
And it's been very enlightening.
That's good. I'm glad that you bring that up too, because even I'm hoping that you guys saw it was very small. I obviously didn't talk about myself about it, but when Lainey was holding the bag, particularly when we did a skip side kick to spinning side kick combination, I could have very well easily kicked, boom, and pushed her very far with it. But when I demonstrated the technique, I purposely grazed the shield when we're doing a skip side kick to spinning side kick to show that you don't always have to hit the pad hard. You don't always have to let out. That's what the wave masters are actually for. Right? It's for you to let out all that power and try to get a powerful side kick down and try to knock it over, right? But when you're working with your partner, and of course, if your partner is holding the shield and say, "Hey, hit harder," then of course, yeah, hit harder, right? But wonderful, good. I'm glad that you worked yourself through that, right? Because you're right, that could be intimidating. It could be very easy for you to take a hard kick and kind of go, "Oh man, I don't know if I can take this kick," right? Well, hopefully, in your journey with martial here at this dojo specifically, you'll realize that you don't have to take the kick because that's just working harder.
Right.
But working harder is not always only working harder is not always the best thing, right?
Right.
Because it's not about working hard, it's about working smart, right? Strategizing, having that tenacity and that grit and that perseverance to work hard, but then having that maturity and knowledge and intellect to work smart. A lot of people are always saying, "Oh, just work hard, work hard, work hard." But you know what? Eventually you get tired, right?
Working hard doesn't get you anywhere. Strategy.
Working, yeah, exactly.
Strategy.
Strategy, because and so, yeah, we can take a psychic all day long, but why would you if you can just step to the side?
Right.
Well, there goes the psychic. All that power wasted, right?
Right.
And so just remember that is what is more important than trying to work hard is work smart. Be that intellectual, more mature fighter. You see a young fighter that has all this ambition, all this energy, and you go, that's gonna go nowhere because you are gonna be smarter to go, okay, I may not be able to take the hits as hard anymore, but I can move off to the side. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I know even me personally, I'm not as young as I used to be, right?
Right.
We joke, you and we joke about that all the time. Not as young as we used to be, but we're the youngest today. We're the youngest we're ever going to be now, right? And I remember one time, one of my old martial arts students, I loosely say that, he was just really, anyhow, he was like, "Oh, he had seen me do a move, whatever. He's like, "Oh, Sensei, you got a little slow. You're not as fast as you used to be." And I was like, "You're right. Maybe I'm not, but I'm a lot stronger and I'm a lot smarter of a fighter, and I still won that tournament." And so I was like, "I didn't see you competing," right? So this is just I think oftentimes, and here's just something I want to share with you, right? When we talk about what you did well, where you can improve. When it comes to the physical aspects of your testing, right? That's where I was going. That's where I had said in the very beginning. Oh my word! Your forms, you were on point. You were doing great. Yes, some errors. Maybe you picked up real quick, but you know what? You got on point with it. I mean, it was a great demonstration. Then you of course had certain things like your escapes. Senpai Jacob talked about your escapes, and of course your sparring combinations, what you did well, where you can improve with whatnot. What I actually liked seeing was your combinations. And even though I know there were some parts of your combinations where you're like, "Oh man, I could have done better," or whatnot, I think given the given the one moment, given the what is going on here? Okay, given the amount, the quantity of those combinations, I mean, they're not easy. Okay, so the fact that you had all these things to prepare for it, I thought you did great. I thought you did great right there. The area that I would love to see you improve is more so in between your ears, and that is your mental strength. You can physically push through. You're like, okay, I can do these push-ups, I can do these planks, I can hold it, I can get to these VOs, I can do these 60 jumping jacks and blah blah blah. I would like to see you improve in your mental strength of not being intimidated by the younger martial artists. We're not thinking, oh gosh, I don't know if I can do this because I'm such and such age, or this hurts or that hurts or whatever. Just remember, you're not in competition with any one of them. And I think you oftentimes forget the other side of the conversation. So you're only hearing your side, which is I'm looking at all of their strengths and comparing it to my inadequacies. I'm comparing their strengths to my weaknesses. And that's, of course, a negative form of comparison, right? Whereas they're looking at you and going, man, when I am Evon's age, I hope I'm still doing martial arts, right? They are inspired by your journey. They are inspired. I've spoken on many occasions with multiple students, not just one, multiple students that are inspired by your journey.
Wow.
And I think you need to remember that. And it's so easy to forget that because you go, oh, I can't do my roundhouse kick as high, or I can't do my side kick as high, or whatever. We're at different stages, you're at different stages in your life, and then you're at different stages in your martial arts journey. Green belt is not the same for everybody. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So just remember that you may see a weakness when you compare it to someone else's strength, but what they see is inspiration. They are inspired by your journey. And I'm inspired by your journey. Many people are inspired by your journey. Bill is inspired, absolutely. And it's really cool, just to hear that toward the beginning of the testing, hear him talk about how, and this is really good for her. Like it's really changed her. That should be it's not talk. I mean, obviously you've known Bill longer than I have, but even then, just in my interactions with him, I know he's not a BS kind of guy.
He's not.
No. I remember what a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago, when I had gone and seen the competition, the horse riding competition at your guys' place, and I'm just like, wow, just to see him interact with the horse and just everything there, I'm like, that's pretty cool. But you can tell, patient man, but a direct man as well. Like he's not gonna goof around, tippy toe. And so to hear him say something like, hey, like, it's an inspiration to see what you guys are doing, what you're doing. I want you to remember that is part of what your journey is doing for others. Part of your journey, in part, is helping inspire other people to where you become something that I actually love, and that is an excuse eliminator.
Yes.
I can't do martial arts. Oh my goodness. How old are you? I'm 30. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, okay, based on not only what you've demonstrated today, but also what you've demonstrated in class, the person that you are and whatnot, and the work that you've been putting in, and the work that I foresee you continuing to put in, I am very excited to tell you that you have earned your green belt. Congratulations, young lady. Very good. Yeah. All right, so go ahead and stand up for me, please. All right. Great. All right. So, of course, Evon, as you know, you'll be presented with your green belt, your certificate, and, of course, your evaluation sheets at your next test, or at your next class when it arrives and whatnot. So, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in again here for another testing, this time of Evon testing for a green belt here at Erolin 3D Martial Arts. We so thank you for your support here. We hope you are healthy and well during this COVID season, and you continue to stay healthy and well. Please take care. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a great Christmas. Happy holidays. And with this concludes our testing. Have a wonderful night. So stand at attention, please, Evon. Face Bill and our flag and bow, and then face front and with a Kia. All right, dismissed. All right.
Congratulations, Evon. Good job.